Hello folks, welcome back. I am Lewis and I am here with Lewis on Film, and today we are having a look at F9 or Fast and Furious 9. So the film begins with the 80s Universal logo, which intrigued me. I'll be honest straight away. It's the 80s logo, and the first scene is set in 1989, where we meet Dom's father, who dies on the racetrack. Not a spoiler. The clip shown in the trailer, and we discover that Dom has a brother called Jacob. In the present now, Dom and Letty are living a quiet life with Dom's son, and they're called back into action when a message comes through about a plane going down carrying a precious cargo, and it has something to do with Cypher, who is a villain in the previous film. And ultimately, they come up against a sort of rogue super agent played by John Cena, and it turns out to be Jacob. And it turns out, in a twist of fate, that Jacob was the super spy first, and he's the reason that Mr. Nobody came looking for Dom and his team when he went rogue. And Jacob is looking for a device which is in two parts, and as two-part the actual physical device, and then the third part is the activation code. And this machine basically hacks any computer. So if it runs on ones and zeros, it can be hacked, and they're planning to use it for world domination. Dom and the gang need to stop it from happening. So, who'd have thought it? The Fast and Furious having a 20-year history. It seems mad. It really does. We know there's plans for at least two more, 10 and 11 being the last one, and a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw. Well, that's as far as we know. There may yet be more. The films themselves, though, it's an interesting sort of back catalogue, I think, because the first one, which was just your standard street racer movie, seemingly, and then it kind of became a heist movie on wheels in the end. I didn't like the first one. I really didn't find much enjoyment in it at all. I remember I didn't see it at the cinema or anything. I think what happened was people had said to me, "Oh yeah, no, it's good." The second one was about to come out in the cinema, so I thought, "Oh, I'll watch the first one on DVD," and I didn't enjoy it. I ended up going to see the second one anyway, which was an undercover cop film on wheels, and I enjoyed that one. I actually thought that one had a bit more to it than the first one did, although a lot of people disagree on that one. The third one is a weird. I think it's a good film. And when I say it's a good film, I mean that they took something which was not a good film in the first two films. The first two films I don't think are, they're not good films. The second one's an enjoyable film. But Justin Lin came on board for this one, and he obviously directed 4 in a row, and he's directed this 9th one. But the third one was genuinely an effort to be a good film. It took the Fast and Furious concept and made it a sort of kind of coming of age story with a kid in a new town, and it just happens to be in the Fast and Furious universe. And I was okay with that. I think there was a lot of good things in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Fast and Furious is the 4th one. Personally, I think is the best one. It's my personal favourite. It's exciting, but it's an infiltration film, isn't it? They infiltrate the drug cartel. I thought it was fun. I thought it was really well made. If I'm being honest, I thought it was a nice. It was more than I expected it to be. The 5th one is probably the fan favourite. I think it's another heist film, but given a bit of flesh as well as flash. So as much flash as there is in it, it tries to give it a bit of flesh. Of course, it's Vin Diesel saying "family." Yes, we have family. We got to do it for the family. We are a family. And there was enough in there to kind of make that work. Strangely, the 6th one, if you're going to say that 5 was the fan favorite, it was probably the peak of the mountain. And 6, once you get to your peak and you keep going, you've got to come back down. And 6 was that. It started to descend again. and it's too grand and ridiculous. But again, it's fun, isn't it? That's the point. 7 was an enjoyable film. James Wan stepped in to direct that one, and it was competently made. It was a farewell to Paul Walker. That was its end goal in the end. So not a bad film. Fate of the Furious. I think it was kind of a revenge double agent film, and it was okay. Again, enjoyable. So contrived, it was unbelievable. And again, descending down the mountain. Here we are, number 9. We keep descending. We're still descending. Still bad. And it's a sci-fi film, which surprised me. It's got lots of bangs, chases, excitement, set pieces, which they look great. They're completely throwing out the laws of physics. More on that in a second. But they're fun. They're completely outrageous. They're over the top, ridiculous, and everything. Just when you think that it gets too ridiculous, they find a way to